Welcome back. 6 corporate landlords in North Carolina are being accused by Justice Department officials of illegally raising rent. Attorney General Jeff Jackson is filing a lawsuit against them. Now, some of the companies accused in the lawsuit include Blackstone's LivCorp, Camden Property Trust, and Cortland Management. The 6 landlords in the lawsuit own or manage more than 70,000 units across North Carolina. The Attorney General's office says that they worked together with RealPage to create an illegal pricing algorithm which violates antitrust laws. So 9 other states are involved in a larger lawsuit brought by the Federal Justice Department. Chief Legal Analyst Clive Rhodes is here to weigh in on this lawsuit. All right, before we talk about the victims, we have to just talk about these alarming claims. Walk us through this.
Technology, when technology connects with greed, sometimes you get things like this. And so in this situation right here, you're talking about a company called RealPage. Department of Justice filed a lawsuit against them last year. And in that lawsuit, they allege that RealPage used confidential information from the landlords, and they use information from other sources to come up with these numbers. The problem is that RealPage company controls 80% of the market. So when you're controlling 80% of the market, you are not just making recommendations, you're dictating and moving the market. That's the allegations, because there's nothing wrong with being competitive. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get as much money as you can be. But when you're starting to manipulate the market, now it's become unfair. And what you're saying is what these companies have done is participated in that unfair advantage. And that's why the Department of Justice brought this claim. That's why Attorney General Jackson, if I know him like I believe I do, he's going after these folks because they're hurting renters. Look at the first page of the complaint. Renters are entitled to the benefits of vigorous competition among landlords. In prosperous time, the competition should limit rent hikes. That's not what's happening here. It's not limiting rent hikes. Rent is going up. During COVID, rent went up like 50%. They're saying it should be going down, but it wasn't. Why? They're saying technology is the problem because algorithms and companies like this are deciding to exploit renters when they're the most vulnerable.
All right, so I got a couple questions for you. The first thing is, could these companies face jail time, or is this something where all of a sudden it would just be a lot of fines that they would be paying back?
Strictly civil and 100% fines. The fines vary. So look at a couple things. Because there's a number of attorneys general that have filed these complaints, multiple states. North Carolina just jumped in. North Carolina, for one instance, $5,000 fine, right? Not much, but when you're talking about 70,000 homes, it adds up.
Right.
But then I looked at Oregon, $1 million per violation, because wrapped in this complaint is you have the federal government complaints, but then you're having these allegations based on the state laws. Oregon's law for a violation for this, an antitrust violation, $1 million each violation. So it can add up, and this can be billions of dollars in the end.
So you know what question every renter right now wants to be able to know. Could they possibly see any money at this point from this whole entire situation? I mean, can they actually expect money coming?
Typically, because this isn't some type of class action where you'll get a payout if you participate. Normally, when you have the Department of Justice, they're going to ensure that there's policies put in place so something like this doesn't happen going forward. They'll ensure that going forward, there's funds set up for folks that may have been exploited in the past. But I can assure that if there is a settlement, which likely these are settled, if there's a settlement down the road, the settlement will be put in place protection so algorithms and programs like this can't attack and hurt victims going forward. But I don't look at any type of kickback for folks that may have been paying rent way too high. I just look like this is moving forward, not looking backwards. But the landlords, they should look out because they're coming after them.
Right. Clive Rhodes, appreciate your insight as always. Thanks so much. All right.